when you get into the professional world gradually, you realize that it's not just the painting. I kept explaining to my other friends who are not artists, and they say, "Oh, you stand there, you paint, and looks so relaxing." It's like, it's not. We have that deadlines, we have a paperwork, we have the accounting part, we have tax to pay, all these things that's related to the single person who try to be full-time artist as a business. So there are other side of this. You always wanted to also take it seriously, not like just painting. Because if you just paint, you cannot become a full-time artist. You have to do the other side of like not so fun work to make this part as a successful career. So that would I think that I realize people saying you need to spend almost 40% of the time, to do the other work. Sometimes I think I could squeeze to like 30%, but still you needed to do the other part if you really wanted to be a full-time and a serious artist.
Yes, exactly. And that actually ties in perfectly with my next question, which is what are some of the tools that you personally use that are marketing tools that have helped you, sell your work and get students and, get more, basically do that 40% of the other part of the business of art?
Oh yeah, I just love FASO. I have to say, before I think it's before 2011, I used different website, which it was pretty much because I thought, gee, I came from IT world. I can do this. So I just used the other website. I realized that, it didn't have half of the things I needed. Every pieces I needed to go spend time to, search and, redo it. I hate it. So once I switched to FASO, the website, the newsletter, social media connections, and also the e-commerce, all these tools is right there as one. So that's perfect for artists who wanted to take your artwork, artwork into the business world. So, and I think the most is one is a website, and the two is a newsletter. And newsletter helped me tremendously, I would say. Um, I'm not very good at going outside and horn myself, says, "Hey, come to see my painting." I'm not that type of person, and I'm too busy. I teach workshops and demos and travel many things. So newsletter gave me the great opportunity to reach to people who I don't have in my workshop, and they can not only see but keep a connection and see all my events coming up. So I use newsletter a lot. And for people who don't really utilize this tool, you probably don't know. FASO provided the back end for the pro artist to look at your data as a newsletter when it sends out. You can see how many people opened. Of course, there are people, unsubscribe, but it's very few. Like in my case, it's very few. And how many people opened it and where they clicked. All these data helped me to understand what I should be putting into the newsletter and to keep my audience. And, of course, and sometimes I do my marketing. Let's say um, 2 years ago, I had a new book come out. Of course, I did the marketing everywhere, but mainly those, my subscribers are my main marketing target. So I just sent out the links to them, and the response was like enormous. So that was, I think that, people just didn't realize, people say, "Oh, I hate writing." Yeah, I hate writing too. English is even not my native language. But you don't need to write a lot. You only need to write something that's interesting and it connects to your author. And usually I show people what I did the past months and what the show was in the future. And that's it. The short and sweet newsletter helped me to have a lot of responses.
Yes.